police, they've begun investigations into clashes at the University of Ghana that, according to our checks, has left one person hospitalized. 10 people have so far been arrested. The clashes were between members of the Sabah Hall of the University of Ghana and the Katanga Hall of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Technology on one side, and their rivals Commonwealth Hall of the University of Ghana. Komla Adom is on ground and is joining us live. Good morning to you, Komla. Komla, good morning.
Good morning, Roland.
Yeah. So, what's the atmosphere there?
Good morning, Roland.
Is security still heightened, or now we've had it a bit laxed?
Well, Roland, in the last 10 to 15 minutes since we got here, I haven't spotted any police personnel around here. Neither have I seen a police vehicle around the Sabah Annex A, where the attacks, we are told, happened overnight. So I can tell you now that, Roland, security is not exactly tight here. Well,
we know that we're told, and according to what we found out before the close of the news day yesterday, a number of students from the three halls were engaged in those fisticuffs, and were told that there were injuries, etc. What actions have been taken by the authorities of the university?
Well, Roland, at the moment, we are unable to tell exactly what action authorities have taken in this regard, but we are told that in the last hour, or in the last few hours, one of the 10 people who were arrested or picked up by police was released, and so those who are in custody at the moment are just about 8 or 9 who are assisting police in investigations. But the new development is that before the break of dawn today, there was an attack on the reading room of the Annex A of Sabah Hall, and some glasses were smashed. Stones were pelted at people who were studying at the time, and the people in there, we are told, were harassed. So I will be speaking to someone who has a lot more detail on this particular development shortly. Thank you very much. What do we know about this latest attack?
Well, as at 10 through to the 9, there was police patrol on the University of Ghana campus, but around 1:30 a.m. at dawn, there was an attack at Mensa Sabah Hall Annex A here at the University of Ghana campus. I'm told by the porter who was on duty that usually around dawn they close the place and don't allow any student to come out. But it looks the case one student was entering into the halls. They only allow students enter into the hall, but don't allow at that time. So one student I'm told was entering into the hall, not
Then Komla Adom is having those discussions. We'll make sure that, well, we try to hook up again with him and get the latest. And we know that the University of Ghana and the authorities have brought in the police and other relevant security agencies just to keep the peace. And it's because there were clashes among members of, the Mensa Sabah Hall, or the Sabah Hall of the University of Ghana, and the Katanga Hall of KNUST on one side, and members of Commonwealth. So it resulted in an injury, somebody hospitalized, and the police have come in. We've had other sections of the security authorities also brought in since the last 12 hours to make sure that security is calm and there's that serenity for the free movement and passage of both lecturers and students, as well as visitors on the campus of the University of Ghana. Komla Adom is bringing to us the latest update, but you can also get a lot more news source on myjoyonline.com and also through our Facebook pages, JoyNews on TV, and then also you can watch us live through our regular channel on YouTube, MyJoyOnline TV. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more from you and also get more from the campus of the University of Ghana and bring you a lot more. Do stay on. Yeah, so we have to go back to the University of Ghana. We know there were clashes there. Komla Adom is there live, and we go back to him with the latest.
So we are told that overnight there were some skirmishes here at the Mensa Sabah Hall Annex A, specifically at the reading room where some students were studying, when some 10 masked men stormed the place, harassed them, smashed the glass doors and other equipment right here at the Mensa Sabah Hall Annex A. I will be joined shortly by someone who has a lot more detail about this to give us more on this. Tell us what you know about this particular attack overnight.
Yesterday there was a clash between the Katanga boys of KNUST and Commonwealth Hall here at the University of Ghana. And Katanga of KNUST was here to participate in the debate competition, an inter-hall debate competition that was organized and was to be held at Commonwealth here at the University of Ghana. But prior to that, we had a video circulating on social media, and in that video there was an individual who was in Commonwealth Hall, Lacoste. Exactly. So he was being molested by some individuals. The people didn't really show themselves, but it looks the case, or it's alleged that these individuals molesting this vandal was from Katanga. But according to them, they were saying earlier on, before they recorded this video, one of their colleagues was being bitten by Commonwealth. That's why they had to retaliate in beating the gentleman. So when this video got to members of Commonwealth Hall, that's when they descended from the hall to Mensa Sabah Hall to rescue their colleague, and they were, met with fierce resistance from members of the Katanga who are lodging at Mensa Sabah Hall. Remember that Katanga and Mensa Sabah Hall are alliance. So they were lodging here waiting for the debate competition to be held.
Okay. So that's good background to all of this that's been happening. And we are told that there was heightened police presence here, overnight. But it is the case that before the break of dawn, there were some attacks here at the Mensa Sabah Hall Annex A. What do you know about that?
Well, from the time the incident happened through to 10, 11 thereabouts, there was police patrol all over campus, especially around Mensa Sabah Hall and Commonwealth Hall. But as at 1:30, we heard of an attack at Mensa Sabah Hall, and specifically Annex A. The porters on duty told me that usually around that time they don't allow any student to come out, but only allow them enter. Probably some of them may have gone to the BAM library to read, or they have gone to do some group studies and they are back. So they only allow students enter into the hall around that time, but don't allow any students in. So it looks the case there were 10 marks individuals who are seized on that. When the member of our residents of the hall was entering, they seized on that, capitalized on that situation, and forced themselves into the hall. So you could see from the door, the glass in the door frame has been broken. They used stones, pelted at it and broke it, and they entered into a TV room that is just close to the entrance and smashed the television in that room.
Okay. So do we know who these individuals, masked or unmasked, are?
Well, we can't really tell who these people are, but it looks the case they may be one of the factions involved in the clash that happened here at the University of Ghana yesterday.
Okay. We are told that the main reason why these people came here is to participate in an intellectual debate of a sort. Now, the information is that the debate has been called off.
Yes, to forestall these incidents or occurrence of these incidents. So the organizers, I'm told, have called off the debate, waiting for this matter to be resolved amicably.
Okay, in the last few minutes, what do you know about authorities of a school visiting the reading room where the incident happened, where the doors have been smashed? Do we know if any police officials or any hall officials have been here so far?
Well, according to the porter on duty, he said when the incident happened, they quickly had to call the Legon campus security, who also in turn called the Legon police to come to the grounds to remedy the situation or to make sure that the situation doesn't escalate.
the cast with the Commonwealth guys, the Vandals. I've been joined by one of the residents here at the Mensa Sabah Hall Annex A, specifically to tell us what he knows about this recent incident. Thank you very much for joining us. Do we know if any of the people who were in the reading room at the time was injured?
We are unaware of that particular fact for now.
Okay, but what do you know about the overnight attack?
Well, so after the afternoon case, just at around 1 o'clock, 1:05 a.m., we got information that a group of students believed to be from Commonwealth Hall were attempting to attack the main hall, the annex. So just shortly after that, I think at around 1:30, that was when they actually attacked the annex and the door glass and also some liver blades. So basically, that's what happened. But shortly after that, we heard some sirens, believing that possibly the police came around. But
okay, do you know what's the mood of the people who were in that particular reading room at the time? You've been speaking to some of them. Do you know their mood at the moment?
Well, basically, for most of them, they were shocked because it really was out of place for anybody to think of such an act. That was basically the sort of reaction from people in the reading room.
Okay, living here yourself, following this attack, do you feel safe around here these days?
Well, I really do feel safe for me, and I don't know for other students, because when it happened yesterday, I was walking through the students. It's just that they need to beef up certain things, be a bit more proactive when information is being given out.
Okay, you suspect that these attacks are targeted, and so it's not every student that may be affected?
Yeah, they are targeted. They are between the group of students who engage in it. And a bit of information. When I heard of the debate yesterday, I took the number of the organizer from the JCL president, and I called him and told him that, well, there's that sort of rivalry between Katanga and Commonwealth. So to have a debate where Katanga is featuring at a venue in Commonwealth Hall, it's so inappropriate, and it's one that could lead to certain challenges. Of course, he gave me the assurance that security measures have been put in place and nothing of that sort will happen, only for us to later come and witness the sad incident yesterday. So it's all from the planning process and then the sort of proactiveness of the security side, because even as at yesterday when the situation began, it was only the university security that was around for some few minutes later before the Legon police together with some personnel from East Legon came around.
Many thanks to you. So you just heard there one of the residents here at the Mensa Sabah Hall Annex A, where the overnight attack happened, which led to the smashing of the doors to the reading room. We are told that some television set also in the reading room was destroyed by some 10 marks individuals who are suspected to be from one of the feuding factions in this particular instance. I have not personally seen any police officials since I got here, and it appears that security needs to be beefed up from what the people tell us.